Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. It's really huge. I mean, I've only just really started creating this channel not that long ago. Already over 100 subscribers, so thank you. Whether you're watching on DTube or YouTube, and for those that aren't familiar with DTube, go and check out my video on Steemit and you'll be able to understand how the Steem platform works. PayPro. You may not have heard of it, but that's okay. They're launching their ICO tomorrow. There's obviously plenty of time. I think they've got about a month before their ICO finishes. For those that aren't sure what an ICO is, it's an initial coin offering. It's basically crowdfunding to launch their product. So you can get in early, secure some tokens in exchange for Ethereum in this case, and then that way you're holding that token nice and early at a cheaper price, hopefully before the price rises. PayPro is a marketplace and a wallet. From what I gather, they use the bank model. We currently bank with a lot of banks. We're the consumers. But the banks make the products and they want to enforce those products on us, the consumers. And that's not really fair because we don't have a say in the product, but we kind of still need it. And they charge us fees, which is frustrating and annoying. So what PayPro aims to do is turn that model around. They're basically building a decentralized network where they're inviting people to write dApps, which is an application or a decentralized application, and have that inbuilt on the PayPro network. This allows consumers to have the choice of what product they want, whether it's a financial service or another industry service, let's say insurance. Their aim is to create a wallet, and once they've got the wallet, they're going to be building the marketplace. And that marketplace is where you'll find all of these dApps in the future. Will PayPro be successful? That's the big question. I think they will, but I do have some concern, definitely in the long term. I look at Ethereum as something that is probably the most widely used blockchain because it's so easy to integrate a decentralized application on. That can cause a problem. If you think about how Ethereum works, it will actually be able to process transactions a little bit faster than Bitcoin. You might be doing 10 transactions per second, or maybe a little bit less, as opposed to 3 transactions per second. Now, this can be a big headache for some people because obviously if everyone's using the same blockchain network, there's going to be so many transactions and your transaction is going to go back to the original sort of bank holding of, maybe over a day of processing in the future. Aside from that, I do think it's a very good concept where you do have the ability to choose the right products that are going to suit your needs. Now, the community is ultimately going to decide this. So you'll know exactly, maybe within a month, of what products and services are best for the consumer, and the other ones will just simply fade away. Into their timeline, they launched in 2016, and it only took them a year to be transacting at €500,000, which is quite significant. That's because of their lower fees compared to traditional banks. They've evolved since then, they've released their wallet, and they're just about to launch their ICO, as we just discussed. Now, their ICO is going to have their main sale in January the 15th, but you will see that marketplace launch in July 2018. I think by the time March, April hits, you're really going to see a little bit of a spike. And if you're into short-term investments, this is probably a good time to sell. If you did want to hold on it for long-term, it might be a little bit iffy because it's built on the Ethereum network. Now, I've got nothing against the Ethereum network. I think it's going to be great. But for the very long term, I think there's going to be a bit of a problem. I'm going to talk about another OS, which is going to be able to handle that. Probably know which one I'm talking about in a future video. If you're interested in signing up for this ICO, I recommend that you sign up to join their whitelist. That way you'll get the email notifying when it's live, and then you can exchange your Ether directly for the PYP tokens that they offer. I'm going to be really interested to hear your thoughts on PayPro and also the Ethereum blockchain. Now I'm talking long term here. Maybe 3-4 years down the track. Do you think Ethereum's going to be able to handle all of the transactions that you're going to see in Internet 4.0? Let me know in the comments and let's talk about it.